we care a lot about the price. We do not care about the next 12 months.
But are you surprised at how long this economy has been expanding?
I've been surprised by all kinds of things in the last 10 years about the economy. I mean, I don't think there was any economist I've ever read that talked about negative interest rates for long periods of time. I mean, if you go back and read Keynes or you read Samuelson, you read any of them, they do not get into a negative rate environment. I think now there's still 11 trillion that's of government debt around the world that's at a negative rate. So we've never seen it before. Something different is happening, but something different happens all the time. So, and that's one reason economic predictions just don't enter into our decisions. Charlie Munger, my partner, and I, in 54 years now, we've never made a decision based on an economic prediction. We make business predictions about what individual businesses will do over time, and we compare that to what we have to pay for them. But we have never said yes to something because we thought the economy was going to do well in the next year or 2 years, and we've never said no to anything because we were right in the middle of a panic even if the price was right. There's so many variables. I mean, in the hard sciences, you know that if an apple falls from a tree, that it isn't going to change over the centuries because of anything or political developments or 400 other variables that go in. But when you get into economics, there's so many variables, and the truth is you've got to expect good times and bad times in business. And if you were to buy an auto dealership and you're, wherever you live locally, or a McDonald's franchise or anything like that, you wouldn't try and time the purchase. You'd try and make the right purchase at the right price, and you want to be sure you got a good business. But you wouldn't say, I'm going to buy it because growth this year is going to be 3% instead of 2.8% or something of the sort. Well, if you have to closely follow a company, you shouldn't own it.
Really?
No. I mean, if you buy a business, if you buy a farm, you go up and look, every couple of weeks to see how far the corn is up, and you worry too much about whether somebody says this is going to be a year of low prices because exports are being affected or anything like that. You buy a farm and you hold it for. I've got one farm that I bought in the 1980s when my son runs it, but I've been there once. I mean, it doesn't grow faster if I go and stare at it. I can't cheer for it. More effort, or something like that.
And so Apple's kind of like.
Well, it's a long-term investment, and if you own the best auto dealership in town, the best brand, and had something good running it, you wouldn't drop by every day and say, how many people have come in today, or I think interest rates are going up a little, maybe we'll slow down our sales or anything. No, you buy it knowing there's 365 days a year, and you're going to own it for 20 years, so that's 7,300 days, and things are going to be different from day to day and year to year. You shouldn't buy it if the day-to-day stuff is important. But if I think the stock, and my partner Charlie Munger think the stock is selling below intrinsic business value, we will buy in stock.
So it obviously was at that point.
Well, we thought so, yeah. But what's really intriguing is when it goes down a lot. I mean, when you're buying dollar bills for 60 or 70 cents, which periodically you get a chance to do in stocks, then assuming you've got the cash, you don't want to ever get so that some surprise could really take you out in some way. But if we've got excess cash, we'll buy it as fast as we can. If you and I own a McDonald's franchise together and it's worth $1 million and you own 50% of it, and you come to me and you say, I'll sell out for 400,000, I'll buy you out.
Warren, what do you consider the most important quality for an investment manager?
It's a temperamental quality, not an intellectual quality. You don't need tons of IQ in this business. I mean, you have to have enough IQ to get from here to downtown Omaha, but you do not have to be able to play three-dimensional chess or be in the top leagues in terms of bridge playing or something of the sort. You need a stable personality. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd, because this is not a business where you take polls. It's a business where you think. And Ben Graham would say that you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people agree with you. And you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people disagree with you. You're right because your facts and your reasoning are right.